As the title of this video indicates, I think there is a better way of selling AI automations than through an agency. So let's say this square right here is your AI workflow, and these are your customers. Okay, these circles are your customers, and hopefully you wanna reach these customers and let them know about your workflow so that they can buy it from you. Okay, you wanna set up one-on-one meetings with them, you wanna introduce your offers, and then once you do that, you need to collect each one of their basically uh, credentials, and you need to put it into their unique workflows so that it works for them. And whenever n8n or whatever software you're using updates, you need to go back and you need to update everything for every single one of these customers. And although you might be able to charge for that as a maintenance fee, that's not gonna be scalable, right? Because you have 24 hours in a day. And if you're basically sacrificing your time to provide these services, it's like a freelancing. You're not a business owner because you do not have that scalability. Okay? But let's say instead of you going to the customers, they come to you, and that's called Micro-Saas. And I know you've heard a lot about it, but with Micro-Saas, you are basically selling the same workflow. So you're creating a platform, and I'm going to show you how to do that in this video using your n8n workflows. And those platforms are powered by your n8n workflow. So in that case, customers are going to come to you. They're just going to input their information into your platform, which is powered by n8n, and then they're going to get the service. And you're not meeting with them. And this way, you can collect more and more customers. And whenever n8n updates itself, you do not need to do that for each individual customer. You just update your website, you just update your requirements, and when users are using your platform, they just provide the updated information. With that being said, let me show you a workflow I've built today and how does that work both for traditional agencies and for SaaS platforms. Okay? And by the way, SaaS stands for software as a service. And let's say the following workflow is a lead generation workflow you want to sell to your clients. Basically, this workflow retrieves leads based on your user's industry, and it creates customized emails for those leads, right? And this is a workflow you could easily sell to your customers, especially marketing agencies. And but to do that, you need to go ahead and convince them to use OpenAI's API keys. You need to convince them to use basically n8n, and you need to convince them to pay for this, and you need to teach them how to use these platforms, and you need to implement it for them. And it's going to take a long time for you, and it's going to add friction to it, because once they understand that they need to learn to use a new software, they're going to be less likely to basically accept your offer. And so let's just see how this workflow works. So I'm just going to execute the workflow, and as you can see, it's going to ask me for my business type. I'm just going to say I'm a plumber. Not that I'm a plumber. I want to get leads from plumbers. So like plumbers in my area. Let's say New York. Let's say I want to have 2 leads, and let's say I want to have a professional email, and I'm going to provide my email address. And then the way this workflow works, it's going to email me with a CSV file, Excel file that contains both the leads and the personalized emails. So I'm just going to say go. And if I go back to n8n, I can see the tool is running. Now we are getting the leads. And if you're curious how am I getting the leads, I'm getting the leads from API, basically an API scraper. And as you can see right now, the message is being created. Now we are creating the message, and then we are going to put that message in a Google Sheets. We're going to download that Google Sheets, and we are going to put it as an attachment into our Gmail draft, and we are going to send it. So let me go to my email. It says boost your plumbing business with expert digital marketing solutions. That's just a title, and here it says here's your lead, and here I have a list of basically leads as an Excel file, right? So if I open this, you can see that I have their company name, I have their category, I have their website, I have their phone number, email address, and also I have their mail subject, and I also have their personalized message. So this is my message for them. Let me expand this. So hello, this person. We understand that precise trustworthy services you provide as certified public accountant is very important. So that's like for my previous lead, because previously I got a lead for accountants, but here I also have the lead for, I also have the personalized message for plumbers. If I click on this, you can see that here we have the subject, and then here we have the message for the exact plumbing business. So this is our message for the plumber, and then we can send that message, right? So that's how it would work if you would run this service as a traditional agency. You would just sell this to your client, and of course you could fine tune it. But let's say you want to sell this as a SaaS, and the only thing you need to change is this portion right here, right? You need to switch this with your website. So once customers come to your website and they input their information, they are gonna get basically these leads inside their email. Okay, so how are we gonna do that? Basically, we're gonna use a website called Lovable, and Lovable lets you create websites and apps by just describing them. So here I just said I need you to build a simple landing page with a form. The fields needed are what type of leads are you searching for, email addresses, which location, how many leads do you want, and tell us about your accomplishments. Also, I want to have a drop down menu that has the following values, and here I've provided a webhook address. And if we go back to my n8n, we can see that webhook is what we use to get the information from external sources. And so basically, if I copy this, and if I come to Lovable, and if I paste it here, which I've already done, Lovable knows that whatever users put in these fields is gonna get sent to n8n. Okay, with that being said, let's actually try this to see how it would work if you were to sell this service as a SaaS product. So I'm just gonna disconnect this one. I'm just gonna connect this one. Before that, I need to activate it. So activate and connect and deactivate this one, and it should be good. So now we can basically click on this and we can run this individually. Say dentist email address, I'm gonna provide my email address, location New York. How many leads do I want? I want 2 leads, and for the email style, I'm gonna say professional, and I'm gonna say I have helped a lot of clients, and I'm gonna say customized my leads. And of course we need to go back to n8n, we need to run the workflow, and now we can get the customized leads, and now you can see the leads are being scraped. And once we do that, we can scrape their email addresses, then we can write the personalized emails, and then we can put those personalized emails into a Google Sheets that's going to get downloaded and that downloaded file is gonna be attached to our email, and now it's gonna sit in our draft section. But once we are ready, we can send those to our actual users, the users of our Micro-Saas product. So if I go to my drafts and if I refresh this page, you can see that I got the message, my email address, my leads, and it says here's your leads, and I can open the CSV file, and you can see that this is the same CSV file we got previously with our agency workflow. That's it for this video. Hopefully it introduced you with some new ideas on how you can basically turn your n8n workflows into SaaS products, and hopefully you can understand how easy it is. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment sections, and also like my videos and subscribe if you like to see more of these videos. Thank you very much and have a great day.